Hey YouTube fans, so another unboxing, a cheeky unboxing as they always are with me. This is reformatted R-51 Proditor Nimbus, which is their version of Double Dealer, Andy's favourite character in the entire world next to his lovely wife. Obviously she would always go by Double Dealer, but Double Dealer comes out and it's some nice packaging there, well packed. Little barcode if you're into that. And then the box has got sellotape on, so I can get that off. Quite easy just to rip that out, to be honest. There we go. A couple of screws. So you've got a screw loose, you've got spares there, so you can go in the box as well. You've got his first, the ones, other Power Masters in there, as you can see. The first Power Master. Here we go, and this is different to, there's more G1-esque, sorry, G1-esque, sorry, more toy-esque, I guess. There you go, because the other one, which came out from Double Clouder, which came out from Fans Hobby, which we'll do a comparison of, that one obviously was more cartoon accurate, so this one's more toy accurate as well. More of the deco on the and that's nicely painted. Oh, no, for the moment. Let's out the box. So it looks like you might have to assemble his wings there. So this one's not so easy to rip. Alright, we're just going to break the set as we get the scissors out. I'm a bit clumsy today, so apologies. So always comes with that nice to stop the paint. MMC figures. Here we go. So you don't actually have him with the wings on. That's interesting. So you don't have to have him with the wings at all. It's almost like in a sleep state there. He comes out like a zombie, or he's been in a stasis tube for a while. He's a big boy for MMC. I saw one of the other videos online. I see who's done them, and there's a couple out there at the moment. So I thought I'd put my impression on there. I haven't watched those ones. I don't want to get any preconceptions. I wanted to see mine first, like my impressions first. Let's put this back in here. Big boy. We'll do some comparisons towards the end. Let's get his wing edge out. That's why it's such a long tape. Okay, let's go his. All gonna fall over now. Gotta love that live TV. I'll put that in there. I can go just over there out of shot. Right, amazing. Everything's fallen down. Everything's fallen down now. Set's breaking. His head's fallen off. Another Power Master. Is that spring loaded? Almost sort of clips in, spring loaded. Upside down. He's upside down in there, so that's interesting how they've done that design. I don't think MMC have done figures this small before, so this is the first attempt at their style on Power Masters or Headmasters, Target Masters. I'm just going back in my head, which is a scary place at times, but this is the first time they've done figures this sort of scale. And I must say, actually, there's quite a lot of articulation. Obviously, that's part of the transformation there, but it's got almost like a butterfly, like a reverse butterfly there. The shoulder, 90-degree elbow bend. The head's on a ball. It does rotate. See, it's that's very loose. I don't like the head. That's too loose. It's almost like the ball's too small, where it sort of feels like it's like a piece that should be rigid and snapped. It's got some wibbly wobbly there. I'm getting a little closer if you can see that head sculpt. It's got a bit of a visor on, a bit of a Primus visor. Really good, like the legs, again, this is part of transformation, but the ankle tilts there. I've never seen X-Transports do really good figures. Interesting to see which ones, obviously. It's quite complete there. A little bit of gap, as you can say, there are probably air vents at the back if you wanted to be pedantic about it, but it's interesting there. I haven't assembled this obviously out of the box, so I haven't even looked at the instructions for this. So this could go one way or another tonight, guys. Really good. We're gonna hard pump for this bad boy, right? I thought MMC, they're pretty good for what they do, right? Starts in this bot here, which is, I was hoping to start in a different mode. So, okay, so I can see the bits on the side here for the wings. You probably, you know, if you don't want to, once they're on, are they on? Oh no, okay, I see. So they go on there, and that will fold over and clip on there. So I've got, so the clip. That's how you go on. Okay, we got this. Should have played Diablo 4 tonight. Should have played Diablo 4. And then you'll sit the work like that. You'll sit more like that. That's how they're meant to go. So I wasn't hard out of the box first time, was it? No, not at all. Oh, that went your own first time. That'll fold all the way around. So you stick clips in. Stay pops on. Yeah, she's always got, there, that's how it's meant to go. Right, okay. Don't fold up. I'll lose you. Okay, so there he is in his robot mode. Now this is the Deathsaurus mold, which has been redone, which is very clever because obviously he had the breast force, and then this guy's got his power master force, which is smaller. So, and the breast force were well done as well. So, okay. All right. Let's get this guy. Do we do comparisons? Let's do some comparisons first. We'll do comparisons and we'll transform him into the different modes. So, let me go get some bots. Oh, and you can have his gun before I do that as well. So, he can hold his weapon. That's usually his shoulder cannon, which will go up here. Where does that go? Let's clip on. That's where that would go up here. Somewhere. You see it's constantly, or it'll attach in under there, maybe. So, okay. Yeah, you just go tuck in there. There's a little catch that goes underneath it, and it holds it in very securely, which is good. And then you can hold his weapons as well. So he's very right-handed, this guy, which is interesting because he's quite a creative chap in IDW to try and trick hot rods. So, normally lefties are the creative ones. But, if you're into that, that's actually pretty good secure. There goes his weapon there. We can put this guy back in, fold his arms back around, fold the legs back up. Take the ball joint off, put the ball joint back on. Put the ball joint back on, like so. And that is, we're done? Is that done? Is that it? That's it, is it? That doesn't fall round, does it? Does that fall round? Oh yeah, they fall round. Sorry, feet fall round, I think. And then I think that's it there. And then it goes, there's a little clip here. You can see on his chest. There goes, there's a little clip there. So you've got to line those up, which is easier said than done. No, in, yeah, there we go, there, right. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. You know what? Screw it. I like him in robot mode. He's a good little robot. I'm far too tired for this tonight. So, why is his head around? So, you can stand down there. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. Oh, you're not going to stand there. No, screw it. Okay. Okay, so I've got Fans Hobby, double dealer. I thought, for the hell of it, I'd bring in Deathsaurus as well. As you can see, obviously, they are mold brothers. It makes sense. Then I'll get one more MMC figure, actually. Which is Hot Rod, because they were buddies, right? So they're the three if you're going to do sort of comparisons, really. So they've used a similar style here for the breast, obviously. It's very close to this. Now, I haven't transformed this one yet, so I don't know how that goes in the rolled chicken, but be interesting because I guess it's just the wheels here. So could he actually go into almost the same mode as him? Be interesting because he is a triple changer. So if I put them back a little further, you can see them probably a bit better. Not too close to the camera. Right. So that's falling over today. That's it. So, I mean, you can see them all there. Quite cool. He's big, as I said. Like, he's pretty. Yeah, obviously he's the same size. Ironically, I didn't think he was gonna be the same size as Deathsaurus. I love that head sculpt of Deathsaurus. I really do love that head sculpt. And not that one out of the park. But yeah, okay. So we're going to attempt to do a transformation. I need to go and help my good wife for 5-10 minutes. I'm going to pause there. I'll come back and get myself ready. Let's move these guys out of the way for them for the moment. Do I have space for them on the table? Probably. We'll move them away and we'll talk a little bit about the figure itself, really. And we'll go for some articulation and stuff, as they say. So I'll move those guys out of the way. So let's have a look at this guy, really. So MMC always pretty good for articulation. You can see he's got comes out the side there, rotates, ratchets, double bend there, wrist swivel, individual articulated fingers as well. Let's take his gun out there. The same on the other side. He's got, so we can move his hip flexor up. Hip flexor, not hip flexor. What's it called? It is hip flexor, yeah, I'm right there. The all ratchets there, back side and ratchets. Single bend there. You could get a double if you opened up the panel, but goes more than 90 degrees, which is pretty decent. Ankle tilt, fairly decent ankle tilt as well. The ratchets means he actually does hold his weight pretty well. He is quite heavy, like his almost like Grimlock, like his shoulders are as big as his legs really. So yeah, so he's pretty decent. You can, another cool thing I've seen people do as well, you can actually have if I open the wings out correctly, you can actually have him with wings as well, which is something new, I guess. If you wanted to have him with wings like this, you can open up his wings, and that's quite loose, that one there. I'm just gonna get my screwdriver quickly. Talk amongst yourselves for a second, please. I'm gonna just tighten that up a little bit. That's a little bit too loosey-goosey for me. No pun intended. He's more of a chicken, isn't he? So just tighten that up a little bit more. So there we go. That's a bit better. So just gently move that around. I'm just going to do the ones just to make sure. That one's definitely tight straight out the box. So good. I'm glad that's on a screw, not a pin. So you can have him like that as well if you wanted to. And then you've got almost like a new. You can just extend it out of the way if you want to. You come a little bit back here if you get a new sort of flight mode as well. So that's pretty cool if you want to take off as well. Okay, let's try and get him transformed. I don't have Fans Hobby in the mode to do a comparison really. You probably don't need to see a comparison for that, but I'll see what else I've got size-wise around here for that. So trying to remember how to do this now. He says confidently from thinking about how things actually move around. And I believe it just goes over like that. Doubles up, that comes down like that. That will go in the full background there. So it's a fairly simple, MMC are normally fairly simple transformations, right? They don't try to overcomplicate it. If they don't have to. Now, does anything else? Was there another tab or anything around there? I can't remember if there is or isn't. Right, so I put that there as well. Does that need to fold inside? No, it folds on the outside. It folds in there and he folds around. So it just folds up into almost like a ball, really, and that's his tank mode there. So there we go, and close all his fingers up as well. I've got a sneeze coming, so I might have to just go off camera quickly to have a little sneeze. Oh, in a second. Put his hand away, I'm pretty sure his hand goes away. Right, the sneeze is coming. Apologies. Okay, so yeah, apologies. Don't know what I was doing there. You just got to fold these hands down together. Get that nice and tight. Straighten the arms out. The arms go down by the side. I don't think they tab in anywhere. I was thinking about that before. I don't think they actually tab in somewhere. But you've got to keep this relatively straight. This will fall back around on itself and back into here like sorry, it's hard to look sometimes with the camera and the light in the way. So that looks pretty good. Let's take this out. So that comes out this little notch. There we go. And then I think that's about right. We've then got to, all this needs to come back around like so. And that clips into the side there. That clips into there as well. We'll come back and straighten up pretty much. We'll get the other one done. I prefer to do them both together because this to me feels quite flimsy. I'm pretty sure I heard stories, I'm not sure, like, don't quote me on this, right, that the Deathsaurus broke. It was the wings, or the feet, something on it. I know there was some people had some parts of it which didn't. My camera's going wonky everywhere. Apologies on that one. Let's go back here a little bit. Now, that's got something there. Okay, let's tap that into there. And this, that's right, I haven't tabbed this properly into the top of that there. So you can see that the tabs are pretty obvious where they go. Everything goes in. Is it opened up all the way? I have opened it all the way, no? I have, he says. Sorry, first time doing this, so it's like, it goes in like that. Okay. Right, I think we're starting to get there now. Yeah, so when I was looking at this before, you've got to rotate. There's a little piece here under there, which if you don't have it, you can't clip the missile in, so that will fold through like that. And then this will join together. This will join together, he says. I'm pretty sure that goes, yeah, that does go in like that. Did I get it right? That should go into that hole. There we go, clip. And then this will clip on that little notch. Just keep moving. There, like so. So get that round. There we go. So that's pretty much it. It does roll. If I had this in the right, if I had this all done correctly, it would roll. Just double checking. That's all tabbed together. That's all in. Yeah, I did it correctly. Yeah, it's just the fact that the surface is on. I've got a surface which is designed not to move things around. So so that doesn't really move. That's those just clip onto. No, it does from that central bit there. Unless you get the other side on, you get that bit on there. Does it go that way around? You can go that around. Does it go that around? That's backwards, isn't it? Why would you have it that way around? Okay, fairly basic mode, really. There he is. I don't think I've got anything really. I've got one thing I can compare him to quickly. I'll go get it. So going back, I've got Make Toys Contact Shot, aka I don't run over the bat. Sure Shot? No, it's not Sure Shot. It's Point Blank. And I've got MP10. So you can see it's fairly chunky. Really, I don't like cool missiles there. On his feet, textures, which is quite cool. So he works quite well. Yeah, simple transformation really, as you can see there. Nowhere for these guys to go when he's in this sort of mode really. So, but again, they're about the right sort of height for humans or giant bats, as they were really. So that seems to work quite well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Right. Move these guys out the way. I need to put these actually back, so I've got no space now, so give me a second. Oh, I got one other thing. Oh yeah, and yeah, MP10, MP, same way. So you can see, yeah, scales with a tape deck. So right, back in a sec. Okay, guys, so let's go. So I imagine one last thing on here you could do actually is probably you could actually want to have it as a V2 rocket, V3 rocket. Yep, it's just not very it's very shallow. That's all that is. So I'll put this to one side. So this is actually again quite simple. There's an intricate bit in here, and normally MMC don't do intricate bits like this, but I'll explain what I mean as we're going through this. So there's a button you have to push to get this locked in the right way. So let's just move this out of the way. We'll do the feathers at the end, all right? That's more aesthetics. We'll just get that up and out of the way. So we're untabbing what we just put together and folding those bits there. Because again, the body is staying where it is. It's just, you know, the legs and the arms really. So, and obviously because this is Deathsaurus, the feet are so much bigger and chunkier than they are on the Fans Hobby one, right? That's one of the key differences. So all feet as well, because you've got to want to put a bit of weight to the feet. They're all die cast. If you can't get your hand in there, like I have, get a spudger on that. Trusty spudger won't matter. So this is what I mean by the intricate bit. There's, oh, it's come undone. There was a button. There's that button gone. The button which is there's a button there which locks that into place. So I've somehow pressed mine already. I've pressed mine already, which is interesting. How do I lock that back into place then? I wanted to demonstrate that. So, okay, that's now locked. So see, it's locked. So as I'm moving this out, there's a button under here. You can see that. You push that, and that just unlocks what we're talking about there. And you move this down, and you need to just extend that out, pull this mechanism out ever so slightly. Again, if you can't quite get it out, use spudger, it helps you get it round. And then I'm going to show you the best way I can. There's a tab, it locks into there, and then once it's in there, it's the tab, but once the tabs are in there, sorry, if I can get it in there, which is, there we go. You then move this around here, so it locks it. I think that's, no, not quite. Push it all the way, and have we got it around the right way? Okay, you can lock that. If it doesn't quite go, then again, there's a screw. You can loosen the screw. So I think that's not quite there. So I might just, I'm gonna let it screw in there, I'm gonna get a spudger in there to do it. So let's try it again. Always works. Things always work when you're off camera, right? That's the trick, right? Nothing works when you're on camera. Alright, so let's try it that way around. Is that locked it? Locked it? Have I locked that in place? There. I had that then. I had that. Oh. Trying to get things in the right place. Right, okay. Good enough for the moment. We'll do it off camera if we need to anyway. So we'll just do the same for the other one as well. Bird feet out. This camera's wobbling over the place. Apologies, YouTube fans. If this video looks really shit, I do apologise. Sincerely in advance. Button. Push the button. Push the big red button. This is then turned, so, and it's a shorter end to try and push around into the gap, the gappage. I'll just move straight. I'll move this out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. That's in there, and then turn that around so that'll go and lock over that. Oh, that one came off. Oh. So that one wasn't quite right round. Okay, let's try it again. So we'll do that, and we'll push that there. Okay, I think we're done there. Alright, let's get the, try and remember which way around this goes. So we'll get his feet down. He's got big old feet. And we'll get his wings up and out the way. Oh, I haven't done that again. I haven't done that. Why? Let me just look at, I need to look at a picture for that. Alright, so what I have to do, I have to push that back in. Alright, that's done. That's done. They're pushed out. This has got to go all the way up. So, that's bloody hard to get that vertical. I might just loosen that a little bit. Screwdriver. Oh, it's done it. Okay, there we go. We'll do the same on this side. We'll lock it in. So I think the trick is give it a little squeeze, and then, yeah. So you can see that now. That's parallel, vertical, as it were. So that locks that in place. Okay, and then we get the head out, which I shall unfold that, and the head, pull that back around. That just popped up his ball joint. So, yeah, probably should have done that bit first. But his head's out. Okay. Which way around does he go? Trying to remember which way around he goes. Is that way around? Must be this round. That looks about right. Is that right? Is it that way? Is that his way? I just gotta look at the box, the picture. I can't remember which way around he goes. Ooh, I think it's that way around. I think it is this way. Right. The way this goes. This opens up like that, doesn't it? Goes round. So if they are his wings that do that, maybe I've got them the wrong way around. Well, maybe that is how he goes. Yeah, these wings are a little fiddly, I will say. So, alright, let's have a look at the picture. Yeah, I got it right the wrong way. So, yeah, that's a slider, isn't it? That's why that didn't come out. This is, yeah, I don't know what's up with those. These are on ball pegs, but they do nothing. They do absolutely nothing. It just unclips and falls off. So, I'm not sure why you'd want to have that like that, to be honest. Let's get this. Let's get his wings flayed. We might have him displayed. Got a decent size head. Oh, that's come loose again. That's come loose again. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. The inflation's come loose again. Look at that. Screw's just come loose. Let's turn up a little bit. That's quite. I think it's going like that. It's quite frustrating if it keeps doing that. I think we're pretty much done. Again, memory is fickle, but I think that works. So his bird mode is pretty decent actually. Eagle mode, whatever you want to call him. This goes. Yeah, you can clip this in. Clip it in here. So he gets his bird dick, which everyone loves a bit of bird dick. Why not, right? So, I'll do some comparisons as well. Like that. So, just some comparisons. This is actually, I think, probably one of the stronger modes because you've got the other eagle here. I'll move the tools over here for 1 second. Yeah, you can fold this up, can't you? This folds in. That folds in like that. That can go in. I took that out first and put this in. That clips in the same way as the other guy. I say clips in, right? You've got to find that little tab in the right place. Oh, that one goes in. There we go. So, can this go on this? You could have this probably on this up here as well, I guess. Like on that tab up there, if you wanted. Which struggles there. There we go. I think that looks pretty cool, like that. So again, quite imposing because he's obviously Deathsaurus, so he comes into a giant robot chicken. So that looks quite good, like that. You could have it in different ways. Obviously, you could store things underneath on top as well. But there he is in comparison to his other feathered friend. Yes, no. It's like he's like part like chopped off. It's like he's got no tail feathers. That's Shong. That's Shong. Where's that? That song. Shake your tail feather. He couldn't do a very good job at that, could he? Really. Here we go. The comparisons between Fans Hobby. That reverse butterfly is a little bit annoying now. Keeps falling back in there. So you can see what they look like together. So very G1-esque. Very Toon-esque versus stylized. Whichever one you fancy. They're so hard to stand up on here. This surface is designed for bigger bots and there's loads of dents in it. It's because it's like a foam board. So every time I drop something on it, it's forgiving, but I need to replace it. It's quite cheap. So then we have the other one we can compare as well. The other bat. So, and this guy does actually have his head does move and pose as well. So let's get his wing extended. So fairly similar sizes. So this is obviously not, Scar here that's more Scar-esque, isn't it? This is more the cartoon-esque. So, but this is actually a very simple transformation. I think once you've got the wing bit sorted, they're just a little fiddly. But once you've done it once, they're fine, really. And then once you've got stand there. Once you understand the wings and the button and the way that clips around, that's probably the most fiddly thing. Overall, I love the detail on his head. I think there's a lot of goodness going on here, right? This is very G1-esque, right? This is very stylized, I admit that. What would this be like if it had better wings? Who knows, right? That's the one we want. Downside about this is the wings, right? Everything else about this is going strong. They probably could have changed this to be slightly different, right? To make the wings. I mean, you can have the wings. You can have the wings like that, right? You can extend them as well. So you can have the wings fairly, like, because he's quite big, they are quite empowering like that, right? You've still got the turbines there as well. See, look, if you look at the comparison of the feet, there's no comparison really. Yeah, obviously this guy skipped tail feather day, and he went to foot day or leg day, right? This guy did tail feather day. So, but they've got different positives and negatives about each of them, right? You know, they're both very solid figures. It's whichever one you think is better really in the modes, which one you think you're going to want to maintain really. So I would say that this guy's chicken mode is or eagle mode, sorry, I keep doing that. It's probably the strongest mode. And then Fans Hobby is probably got the strongest robot mode. And then it's down to which one you like the look of really. So you might like the look of the robot mode in this one. You don't have to have the wings attached. You can detach those if you don't want the backpack as well. You can have it with the wings, like you can have the secret mode in this one, which has got the wings as well. And so there's choices there really. Yeah, I'm really happy with him, to be honest. You know, MMC done a good job here. Yeah, it makes me want to play a Death Force a bit more now and transform that. So this has been Alexis from Transform the Show. I'll see you Friday night, 8 o'clock. Take care.